and welcome to this week's episode of TMA Trucks A to Z. My name is Samantha. I'm the marketing manager here at Royal with my associate Ashley today, who's our business development associate. Today we're talking about TMA truck regulations in Texas surrounding ballasting of the vehicle and when you now need 3 TMA trucks for your work zone, so stay tuned. Welcome back. So let's talk a little bit about ballasting of your truck, specifically regulations if you are working in the state of Texas. We did an entire TMA Truck A to Z video on ballasting before, so you can go back and watch that if you want to learn how Royal ballasts their vehicles. But in Texas, beginning January 2018, if you have a work zone actively working in the state of Texas right now, your TMA truck has to weigh a minimum of 19,000 pounds. That's the host vehicle. Now, we did have a call with Mark, who is in a regulation compliance department at TxDOT, and he informed us of a little bit more information about your TMA truck and the ballasting and the weight requirements. In meeting the 19,000 pound minimum weight requirement for a TMA truck, the weight of the TMA is included in the weight of the host vehicle. For trailer attenuators, the trailer's weight is not included in the host vehicle's weight to reach the minimum weight requirement. So your truck can weigh 19,000 pounds with that attenuator included. So if your attenuator weighs 500 pounds, that host vehicle can weigh 18,500 pounds. I hope that makes sense. What Mark did shed some light on is how your TMA truck can get to that weight. So according to the actual regulation, word for word, it says that the host vehicle may be ballasted to achieve the required weight. Any weight added to the host vehicle shall be properly attached or contained within it so that it does not present a hazard, and that property energy dissipation occurs if the attenuator is impacted from behind by a large truck. So what that means, if you are weighting down the bed of your vehicle, and Mark said he hears from a lot of contractors that they use steel plates and they'll literally stack them on the top of the bed of this truck and bolt them down with bolts. Texas does not require any regulations around what size bolt is needed, but what they are saying is that you need to use proper judgment behind if that vehicle is hit. Are those shear plates going to fly off the truck and present a hazard to someone in your work zone or even outside the work zone? So at Royal, we do not recommend bolting anything to the bed of the truck or strapping it down. That is just our personal best practice throughout the years of manufacturing trucks. When those big blocks are just chained down, what potentially could happen in the event of a G-force impact onto that attenuator truck is that those blocks literally break free and they become projectiles into the work zone. Very, very scary. Another way to ballast the truck is to use concrete. Now you securely can put concrete into its own basically cage. Now the very, very important thing to know about when you're pouring concrete to make sure that that truck weighs down is that it's secured somewhere in the truck and in its own basically little box. Now, there's something called rebar. The New Jersey certification requires a certain amount of rebar within that concrete pour, okay, when it sets, to make sure that over time, as your truck is driving, it's bouncing along on the highway, and that concrete's gonna break apart. Now that's gonna happen regardless, but does it take 6 months to break apart, or does it take 5 years, 10 years to break apart? So that extra rebar is gonna make sure that that concrete block stays secure and it doesn't break apart over time very, very quickly. Specifically in Texas, if you haven't watched our MASH regulation A to Z, is that they are going to be requiring MASH approved attenuator units. Currently right now it's either the Scorpion or the Degros Blade unit, but that will be starting January 1, 2020. So make sure that you have that because that will be looked at in work zones.
AASHTO's Manual for Assessing Safety Hardware, otherwise known as MASH, is a direct replacement to the National Cooperative Highway Research Program Report 350 in providing the testing guidelines for truck-mounted attenuators. In its most recent edition, released in 2016, MASH expanded upon the safety tests outlined in NCHRP 350. The changes made in these updated tests better simulate real-life crashes, and thus are a better evaluator if an attenuator can safely perform its job in absorbing the impact of an errant vehicle entering a work zone. As of December 31st, 2019, all attenuators used in operations on the National Highway System must have been successfully tested to the 2016 edition of MASH.
So let's pop over to Ashley. She can explain a little bit more about when you need 3 TMA trucks in your work zone.
So the first work zone operation where that is necessary is a mobile operation on a divided highway. So the second scenario where 3 TMA trucks is necessary is a mobile operation involving the installation or removal of raised pavement markers. They're requiring 3 TMA trucks because they all have a specific job. You have your work vehicle that has no TMA on it. Behind that is your shadow vehicle. Behind that is your trail vehicle. And lastly, behind that is your advanced warning vehicle. Something we did find in TxDOT's traffic control plan standard, it states that all 3 of those TMA trucks need to have 2-way communication. Here at Royal, all of our TMA trucks already come with 2-way communication, so Texas, you're good to go. The Speakeasy communication system is hands-free, continuous listening, and unlike walkie-talkies, they use frequency hopping, which greatly minimizes channel interference. The light just turned green. Traffic will pass you in about 20 to 30 seconds.
You could go a little bit faster now.
We got an 18-wheeler coming up shortly.
You're going to need to hug the shoulder a little bit more.
There are significant differences in roll-ahead distance for the weight of your vehicle. For example, if your truck weighs less than 22,000 pounds, you need to allow for more space between the front of your truck and the rear of the work zone. Using the same weights as in the prior example, you'd need to allow for 222 feet when using a 10,000-pound TMA truck and a mobile operation, which we do not recommend, where traffic is traveling greater than 55 miles per hour. In the same scenario, a truck weighing greater than 22,000 pounds would only need to be 172 feet in front of the work zone. So again, really important to know the weight of your vehicle. So we hope you found the episode super helpful. Ashley and I are really dedicated to providing everyone out there anything you need to know about regulations or anything TMA trucks from A to Z, obviously. And thank you so much to Mark from TxDOT. He is willing to answer any further questions you have, as well about regulations and diving into the details if you have any. Our marketing department is also willing to do that.
Yes, and if you like this video, like, comment, share, or give us a call here at Royal. We can answer any questions for you guys.
So thanks, Ashley, and until next time, thank you guys.